Congress has just passed an extension on Title VI that will ban the Bible. Welcome, Republican Talks, everybody. I'm your host, Kenneth Glenn, and today we're going to be talking about this new extension on the Title VI law. So for those of you who don't know, Title VI is a law that was passed in 1964. It's a stupid act that infringes on our free speech rights. So I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of Title VII either. Title VII is pretty stupid in my opinion as well. Let's just talk about this new extension. So here are my problems with this act. I'm going to give you my problems with it first, and then I'm going to tell you what it entails. The first problem with this new act is it's super vague. Super vague. It does not explain in detail at all of what we're supposed to expect and what we can and can't do, or what we won't be able to do if this actually gets passed. So now we're just going to have to wait and see what the president does. Now, I think this is kind of funny because the Democrats have been fighting over the whole because a lot of Democrats are like pro-Palestine because like they like terrorism or something. I don't know. And then the other Democrats are like, hey, we got to protect Israel, which is kind of funny that the Democratic side don't even know where to go with it. Like I said before, this is a complete violation of free speech. And like Title VI in general has just been a violation of free speech. And if this is legitimately taken seriously, it will ban the Bible. It'll literally ban the Bible. If you're a facility that takes any government funding, you will not be able to read the Bible or anything like that. So it's just super wild that they're even doing this. And what really gets me mad is that there are Republicans voting for this. The House is mostly ran by Republicans. They're the ones that voted for this law. Republicans also voted for this, which I'm not a fan of at all. I think that's terrible. And one last thing, you cannot even criticize Israel anymore. If you criticize the government of Israel in any way, shape, or form, that would also be a violation of Title VI. I don't get it. I'll let you explain the details of this act. So this is not set in stone yet, so I'm not super worried about it, but it can be set in stone. So that does worry me a little bit. So the new extension on Title VI has an extension on anti-Semitism, which I thought was already part of the original Title VI, because Title VI was signed like right after, the Holocaust. So I thought that was already kind of set in stone there. I thought there was already like you could be anti-Semitic or anything. But let's be fair, Title VI has been unfairly used in colleges and other things like that because like white students have been trashed on and people have been racist against white people for the longest time in colleges and stuff like that, and nothing's been done. Yet, Title VI is still a thing for some reason. I don't get it. Title VI is just a terrible law in general. So they're going to use the International Holocaust Remembrance Agencies, or Alliance. They're going to use their definition of anti-Semitism. Which is ironic because, once again, Congress can't figure out their own definition for anything. And it's just ironic because every time you ask Congress, hey, define what an assault rifle is, and they're like, oh, I don't know, whatever they think it is. You know what I mean? And then now we're signing a new law that violates our free speech rights completely, and we're going to have another agency define what that is. So now we have an agency, another agency is now in control of what is and what isn't illegal anymore in our country. This is the most wild thing to me. Why are we relying on the foreign agency has full control now? Like this agency, because Congress said whatever the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance says is anti-Semitic, we're going to say is anti-Semitic. There's no limit. So this alliance can say something like, they can say something stupid. They can be like, if you don't wear a yarmulke, that's anti-Semitism, and Like, they can literally go as far as they want with this because the government said we will go with whatever they say. Like I mentioned before, Title VI has been poorly managed on college campuses and all over the country. You can literally read Charlie Kirk's book about it. That's a pretty good book, College Scam. I mean, this is such a terrible extension that even Jerry Nadler has been criticizing it, saying that it threatens free speech. Do you remember how I said earlier how vague the definition was? So that's what I'm going to talk about, the Alliance Agency here, or the Holocaust Remembrance Alliance. So their definition is super vague. Now they have obvious definitions like justifying the killing of Jews. Like that, obviously that is anti-Semitism. That's obviously anti-Semitic. But then it's like what is and isn't offensive, and if you say the Jews killed Jesus, that's anti-Semitism, which is wild to me because we're not saying the Jews killed Jesus because we hate the Jews. We were saying Jews killed Jesus because the New Testament says the Jews killed Jesus. Not only were they responsible for his crucifixion, but they were also the ones that had the option whether or not to go through with it or not. And they were the ones that convicted him. And the Jews were clearly responsible for that. And we're now signing a law, and we're allowing these guys to walk all over us, and and that's why I said this law was going to ban the Bible, at least on like college campuses and stuff like that, because the Bible says that. The Bible says the Jews killed Jesus. It's very clear. 1 Thessalonians, heck, Jesus literally calls Jewish people the synagogue of Satan. Jesus literally calls Jewish people the synagogue of Satan. They say, you're a bunch of satanic worshipers, dude. So it's just wild to me that this is where our country is going now. Anyway, that's it for my video today. Hope the video guys, please subscribe for more, and let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you guys later. Peace.